What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel, and today is just a little bit of a story time. It's a happy day, but a sad day at the same time. I'm gonna be selling off my last $5,000 worth of crypto, and this basically, other than what's in my Nicehash account, which is maybe $400 or $500, I'll be cashed out on crypto. I want to hold it for longer, but I've been using a majority of crypto and then the profit from my house sale to finish out my new house build. And this is where we're going to get into story time. So, I had a house, me and my wife bought brand new. The crypto market or the housing market went insane. I built a garage there. Probably shouldn't even built the garage there, but whatever. Ended up making so much money it didn't even matter. That our value of our house more than doubled. We sold it. We pocketed a lot of money. We were able to get caught up on a lot of things. And I mean, just to be frank, yeah, we pocketed after taxes, fees, and everything about 80K. So our idea and our plan was we want to move over here, get closer to family, get closer to her family, get closer to my family. It's a win-win scenario. So we got a little plot of land, and we're like, you know what? Let's do something simple. That way, we can just do a lot of it ourselves, move into it, and then essentially be debt-free. So we decided on a metal building, and then building like a living space inside of it. The metal building we went with was a 33 by 60, so right around 2,000 square feet. 1,200 square feet was going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath living space, and then the rest was just a garage area, about 800 square feet, give or take. And our original budget was right around 100 grand. It's like we could do it for about 100 grand. At the time, I had some crypto, ended up selling off a majority of my crypto to help pay for my initial permits, the land, getting everything started. And my justification was I didn't want to spend the cash in the bank, so it's like at the time crypto was kind of going down. Yeah. So I sold off a good amount of crypto then. And when it came time to actually start building the building, because we had budgeted about 100 grand for the building, boom, building, concrete, plumbing, framing, insulation, electrical. That soaked up everything, and we went over budget. Not big time, but we did go over budget. And everything was just like a little bit, like, 5-10% over budget here, over budget there. Anyway, we're still doing really good. I've done a lot of it myself. I did most of my electrical with the help of my friend. I did all my insulation. I did all my flooring. I put my appliances in. So, short of the framing, the actual metal building, the concrete, I did the clearing. Me and my dad did. We prepped the ground for the slab. So I did save a lot of money there. But so far, we're about 130 into the building. So we've exhausted most of our savings to be, just to be straight up, and we're still making good money. Life is good, but we did just have our second kid, so things are a little strained. And then we ran into a bind trying to get water. So the electric company kept messing around with us, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you electric, blah blah blah. You'll have to pay this much because you're this far off the road." And we're just like, "Okay, whatever." We originally got a well permit. We had 2 different well companies come out, a couple test spots. There's not a good amount of water in the ground, like 2 gallons per minute or something. I don't know. They said it was nowhere near enough to run a household. So I'm just like, crap. The closest they were talking about would be half a mile away. It was going to be a nightmare. It was going to our $15,000 budget, which I thought was pretty high for a well. They were talking about could easily be double that, if not more, and then they can't guarantee anything. So that was a little scary. That could be 30 grand in and still not have a good well. We looked into it. There was county water available. It was on the other side of the road from us, so I had to jump through all these hoops and get DOT approval, county approval to get a water line bored under the road, a new tap placed, so that way I can run it to my house. All in, that boring job cost about $10,000, so still less than a well, and it's guaranteed good amount of water. But then I did end up getting a bill for my electrical to get run. Originally, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna bill you." I didn't see the bill for like 2 months. But this whole water situation has drug out the entire process because it took so long to get DOT approval to be able to go under the road. I mean, months and months. So I could have been living in my house for quite a while now. As you guys are, if you didn't know, I was staying in a camper for a significant amount of time, but we were getting close to having our kid, and my wife was just like, we need a short-term rental location. So we ended up finding something that works for us, and we're staying in that for the time being. But it's not exactly optimal because we didn't unpack all our stuff. We're just kind of like, we took all our stuff out of our camper, moved into this, like 2 bedrooms essentially. And we are sharing it with somebody, so it's just not optimal. I'm thankful for it, but I'm ready to get in my own place. Now, the topic of the video, I'm selling my last 5,000 in crypto because I feel like I need to pay these last bills, and I probably could scrounge up enough money because I got some money coming in. I just did some good jobs, that kind of thing. But I try to keep a buffer in my company account to keep my cash flow for buying materials and keeping my guys paid. And this is like my last big bill to pay the plumber for doing like the water heater and all that kind of stuff. I think the full bill for the plumbing was like $6,500, but a majority of it would get taken care of if I just sell off this last bit of crypto. So I feel like it'd be a good close to like my last bull run to essentially use the crypto to pay for that. And then that means all in at the end of the day with the water expenses and all that stuff, I think we're going to be right around 150K done. No mortgage. Sorry, I heard like a bird. There's a bird in here. No mortgage on my house. Everything's paid for. Is it a mansion? No. But it's mine. And that, just trying to set myself up for a good situation. I still have a majority of my mining farm. I got about 70 GPUs. So if things popped off, I could fire them back up. I'm only running about a rig and a half now. But a lot of people called me crazy for selling off a lot of my crypto back then. And then it just kept going down. So it's almost like I wish I would have sold more of it off back then because this 5K was worth even more back then. But it is what it is. You live and learn. But yeah, sorry to go off on a tangent and all this story time stuff. But in the meantime, basically, crypto has allowed me and has granted me the opportunity to become debt free. And that's in addition to paying off all the graphics cards and that kind of stuff. I mean, man, if I could have sold those off before the market crashed on that, I mean, that would have been a boatload of money too. But, you live and learn, and everything happens for a reason. So, yeah. I don't know why I needed to make a video about this. It just felt right because I guess a lot of like YouTubers and stuff and like people in crypto, it's like, they act like they got all these, sorry, I bumped the microphone. They act like they have all these huge holdings and like, oh yeah, we got like 10 Bitcoin, and they might, but I don't. I started with 1 graphics card and 2 and 3 and built it all up. I've never really bought a bunch of crypto. Pretty much all of it's been mined and traded and swooped and swapped around. But it's just crazy to think that starting out with a couple graphics cards and a hobby allowed me the help to pay off my new house. and just to let that like set in, because I'm gonna be honest, 100%. Even just taking the profit off of our last house, selling it, we would have come up way short, about $70,000 short. And did crypto make me about 70? No, not entirely. But it made quite a bit. Um, and I'd sell off a little bit here, sell off a little bit there, help pay for some things, and it adds up over time. It really does. So, yeah. Hopefully this video didn't come off like I'm bragging. That's not where I'm at. I'm just super thankful for not only crypto but my community. YouTube's been really good to me. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to show you my new place. I was waiting till all my inspections were done. Hopefully, I get my certificate of occupancy next week. I just didn't want to show anything or really go in depth on anything until after it was done, because I already had a little bit of a run in where somebody at the planning office saw a video that I made, and I talked about adding stuff later on, and that wasn't a part of the original plans, and it got me into a little bit of a stink that I just didn't want to be a part of. But um, yeah, people are still gonna call me to this day crazy for selling off my last 5,000 in crypto. And my short term plan is I'm gonna just keep mining on that one rig. The computer shop should be opening soon. That's another area. The power company has been pushing off my new landlord, where I'm going to have the computer shop, and he has no power to his buildings that he's trying to rent out. And of course, he keeps telling me, "Oh, well, you can just move your stuff in there." But like I tell him, um, a retail space with no power means nothing to me. But once I get that place up and going, I'd love to. It's going to be open to the public, so I'll get some hours posted, and I'd love for you guys to come by and hang out, chill, do anything. You ain't gotta come buy anything. Just to stop by and say hi, kind of thing. Anything. But yeah, life is good. Life's good. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about the next step. Um, will I regret selling this crypto? Probably, because I do think it's gonna go up in time. But will I be happy to have a paid off house? Yeah, I will. Probably be watching this video in like 2 years from now, and that 5K probably would have been 200K. But it is what it is. You know what? I'm a cash in. I made money. Can't don't cry about it. Don't cry about the spill milk, or the don't cry about the dollar bills, right? So anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys down below. Do you feel like crypto has impacted your life in a meaningful way? Did you make a good amount of money? And did you apply that towards anything outside of just expanding? Because I know there was definitely guys that were taking a lot of their money and just dumping it right back into hardware, and they grew so much faster than I did, because I was definitely like hoarding some money to the side and either holding or trading or investing it back into other things, other assets, whether it be, you know, stuff for the house. At one time I bought a car, not a new car. I don't have any new cars. I think the newest one we have is a 2016. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. So sorry to make this too long of a video. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go sell my last bit of crypto. Feel sad about it. I don't know why. Peace.